Just how much use do you think Hillary Clinton's going to be in that circumstance during your 40-minute chat?
I'm curious. I read that you said that when Meghan Markle came out with her 40 by 40 initiative, that they did little to disguise the luxury that they live in. And I'm paraphrasing. What did you make of that video announcement?
Well, that video to me was pretty weird. I mean, Meghan Markle was apparently an actress before she became the Duchess of Sussex, but I don't think there would be any Oscars given for that performance. And I didn't think the video was very funny. Maybe it's not my sense of humor, but I know that lots of people didn't find it very funny. And on the other hand, there were plenty of things about it that were a bit worrying from a British perspective and a royal perspective. So I think the sort of mocking of royalty by this, twee tea drinking and the fancy outfits and all of that was something of a joke that fell flat. Because remember, Meghan Markle entered the royal family saying that she wanted to give it her all as a working royal. And she said that she was going to do her best to execute the duties that come with that job. But she left the UK and she left as a working royal very, very quickly. And she took with her Prince Harry, who until not that long before, many people in the UK had a massive amount of respect for. He'd even fought in the army for Great Britain. And so he was somebody that not only was she leaving, but she was taking him away with her. Of course, that's just one way of looking at it. They are a married couple, and this is a decision they made together. And we all know the reasons they gave for it. But I definitely think that this is, how people see it. And when she came out with that video, when she came out with this video that seemed to joke about the royal family and to mock her royal status, it didn't go down well. And the actual initiative itself, it seems a bit strange to me. I think it's fallen quite flat. The idea of helping women who have found themselves out of work after the pandemic is perhaps a worthy idea, but to have a 40-minute phone call with, I think it was Princess Beatrice, or was it Eugenie? And I think to have a 40-minute phone call with Hillary Clinton, if you're, I don't know, somebody that worked in an office and found themselves out of work after the pandemic, or someone who worked in a supermarket and found themselves out of work after the pandemic, just how much use do you think Hillary Clinton's going to be in that circumstance during your 40-minute chat?
I'm giggling because I agree. I'm a Hillary Clinton fan. I'm a fan of all the women that were chosen, but I can't help but agree with your opinion on this a little bit.
And I think the point is that we then need to ask, well, why did she choose those people in this sort of token 40-minute thing? And the answer is because it just showed her and her celebrity friends. It was like their wedding where all these celebrities descended on the UK, and people wondered, looking at it and going, oh, look, she knows Hillary Clinton. They're good friends. She's roped her in on this cozy initiative to help women who are out of work. But I think the reality of it just doesn't work. And it's been widely commented on in Great Britain that seemed to be how it was. And so what was she doing it for? Just to show herself as mixing in these high circles and once again building up her brand as a celebrity. I mean, I always say I don't mean to be uncharitable about them, and then I get tons of comments online and people saying, well, you're doing a pretty good job of it. I just can't see how else we can interpret this. These are people who are making videos from a $14 million mansion surrounded by an Hermes throw over a chair that costs I don't know how much, and a giant crystal on the desk, and this vast white desk with nothing on it. This didn't look like a hard-working person trying to get others back into the workforce. It looked like somebody in a beige palace preaching to the rest of the world about them and their celebrity friends.
Yeah.
Now, you did say in a recent article that Meghan did an enormous amount of planning or work to marry Harry. So what did you mean by that?
Well, I was slightly misquoted there, I will say. Read the article, not just the headline, is the lesson, I guess, because, sometimes a sub-editor comes up with a juicy quote for the headline that isn't quite what you said. What I did say, and I stand by, is that Meghan is somebody that put in a lot of work throughout her life. We can see that. She worked really hard. Even as a kid, in support of women's issues, she's said to have written to an advertiser She's somebody that has shown all her life a strong determination and work ethic at getting what she wanted. So all I was saying about that was that I think many people find it hard to believe she had no idea what she was marrying into when she married Prince Harry. And she even said at the beginning of it that she was taking on this role and that she was becoming part of this family, not just as a family, but as what it does, let's say, for its job, which is to support charities and the country and ultimately the monarch, Her Majesty the Queen. I think people think that hasn't happened. I don't think that's really something we can interpret any differently. They left. They said they don't want to be working royals anymore, and it didn't take very long since the wedding. They said they were going to America, and then since then they've done all sorts of things that definitely the royal family wouldn't have authorized if they were having a say in it. So I do think that Meghan is somebody that puts the work and does the research, generally speaking. We can see that. So I do think she probably knew what she was marrying into, and she knew the enormous amount of fame and attention she would get from being Harry's wife. And we can just look today at the fact that she wrote so large on the cover of her kids' book, the Duchess of Sussex, as her byline. I think that just shows she does know the value of being connected to the royal family, not just being Harry's wife and not just being Meghan, the author, the actress, whatever it is she wants to be. She still bills herself as the Duchess of Sussex.
Right.